Yes, peoples, welcome to Outrageous TV. Genie here.
Yes,
and today I'm going to do a host of football stories because there's nothing more I love than a good old-fashioned football story. I myself have a plethora of football stories. Most of them are highly inappropriate and will get me demonetized on YouTube. Let's chat, more videos. Let's start the show.
We went to the World Cup in 1990. Bobby Robson sat us all down and said, "Gentlemen, we've got 7 games in 90-degree heat here in Italy, and if we're going to do that and win the competition, we're going to have to conserve energy." So we're all, like yourselves, listening, hanging on his every word, did the great ambassador of football, Bobby Robson. Following day, I'm on a sunbed. There's a commotion going on, I open my eyes, on the diving board. Gascoigne, bouncing up and down, giggling, has gone to the toilet, he's mummified himself in bog roll from top to foot. You can't see any of him, he's bouncing up and down. Bear in mind we're in a hotel, not just the players in those days, members of the public, everyone else. Gascoigne's bouncing up and down, giggling. He launches himself off the diving board, swims a length underwater, the bog roll floats to the top, a naked Gascoigne pops out the other end, walks through the crowd, still giggling, disappears off somewhere. Got no one's left. Everyone round the swimming pool is laughing. That night we had dinner. Bobby Robson's, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if Bobby realises what went on that afternoon, and if so, how's he going to deal with the situation? We finish our dinner, we're in a room probably this size. He went, "No one leave till I've had a word with you." We finish our dinner, everyone's there listening to his every word. He looks out across the room brilliantly, catches no one's eye line and just puts the words out there fantastically. "Gentlemen, there's a fucking idiot amongst us." The incredible thing is, only the idiot was looking round to see who it was.
Hey, there's one thing you're going to get from Gaza, and that's always going to be entertainment and a fantastic story. I expect nothing less from Gaza. Do you?
Harry was just like the best man manager I've ever played under. So I'd just been released by Villa, you know, couldn't get into Graham Taylor's team. Harry rang me up, he said, "Is that Merce?" I said, "Yeah," when it's Harry Redknapp. "I'll be interested in bringing you down and we'll meet for a couple of years, son." And I just said, "Where are you, Harry?" And he went, "I'm manager at Portsmouth now." And I said, "Well, what are they like?" And he went, "They're fucking shit, son." He went, "I've got rid of every one of them. I've kept Nigel Quasi. I've got 10 new players on free transfers." He said, "I want you to come down, be the captain for a couple of years. We'll give it a right effing go." And I said, "Harry, I have to stop you there, mate." I said, "I'm living up in the Midlands now." I said, "I'm not going to move down for 2 years and definitely not travelling down every day at my age. I had that at Middlesbrough." He said, "I tell you what, son, don't work Mondays, don't work Wednesdays, don't work Fridays. But you fucking make sure you turn it on a Saturday." And I'll be down in the morning, Harry. And I played, I think, 700 games. The best game I ever played in my whole footballing career was at Millwall away. We won 5-0 and I got a standing ovation from the Millwall fans. I was getting in my car and an old bloke come up to me about 70 odd years of age, and he said, "I've been coming to this ground since I was 5, son. I've never seen anybody get that."
I'm not mad at this story at all. If someone offers you a contract of that delight, you better take it. You don't get those so often.
He ain't lying.
Paul Merson is actually a good footballer, far from an athlete. Don't even think about athleticism, but a pure footballer, pure natural talent. Oh, God, simplistic.
You're together for like 3 weeks or something like that. So
I've heard this
you know,
story.
being in the camp, it isn't as much fun as people think it is. Righty told me and said, "Brighty, listen to the interviews. The boys are having a little bet on who gets the most titles of songs in the interview."
How are you looking forward to it all?
Quality.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, we've had some magic moments this season, and it's just, you know, gets better and better.
Delighted to get off the mark, no doubt.
Yeah, we're all excited. We weren't exactly dancing on the ceiling, but we're keeping our feet on the ground.
This stepping stone, if you like.
It's a bit like a ghost town here, you know.
It's the opposites now or never.
How are you doing? You look relaxed, but is the tension building a little?
I mean, it's hardly Club Tropicana, Bob. It's
been
raining all day. You're not going to get any careless whispers from me, Bob, about the team.
I hear there is a wager on this trip for the players
that can actually get song titles onto the television. Is that accurate?
It's just your imagination, Ray.
It's not true.
You missed that one.
Are you still naming the tunes?
No, it's all over now, Gary.
If people only knew the shenanigans and the bets and the conversations and the challenges behind the scenes in football, you'd be absolutely gobsmacked. But this one was alright. That's actually hard to pull off. I would fail automatically. You're gonna take all my money with this one. All I know is hip-hop stuff from the 90s. Like, I'm trash.
Did you two ever bump into each other in Manchester in those derby days and stuff?
Well, we did, didn't we? A couple of times.
Like
He was giving it the big one in Manchester back in those days. But,
What was it? Pubs, clubs? What was it?
Everything.
I seen Mika in Wings Chinese restaurant, and I was in there with my family, quiet meal. Yeah. Mika comes in with about 20 of his guys, walks in, and they're celebrating. So I was thinking, what are they celebrating? It was Mika had made his 50th Premier League. I was sat down in the restaurant. What's he doing?
It's a Premier League. It's a big thing. It's a big thing for me, Wayne. How did you have to say that?
If there was ever a footballer that was perfect for punditry and commentary, it is Micah. Is he the most intelligent? I don't know, but his personality alone takes him over the edge.
Yes, now.
God, I love the kid, man. What can you say?
I'll tell you something, a more competitive footballer I don't think I've ever played with. He was unbelievable. As I say, when he signed at Rangers, Walter signed him, one of his, prior to the Old Firm game, I mean, as you'd imagine and as you would hope, he trained as he played, right? So this is maybe the Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, and we've got the Old Firm game coming up at the weekend, and Gattuso's running about scything people, you know the way, a real terrier type, you know, game of days. So, he could handle himself with Gattuso. Listen, you don't win World Cups and Champions League if you can't handle yourself. Anyway, I don't need to tell you. Walter's going off his head. He says, some of these we've got a game at the weekend, we're playing Celtic. He says, we need to watch some of these tackles. So he shouts to Gascoigne and he says, oh, Gaza, he said, you speak a bit of Italian. He said, tell him to calm down. Tell Gattuso to calm down, there's a game at the weekend. Wrong man. I mean, Walter should have known better. Naivety at best on Walter's part. So what does Gascoigne do in broken Italian? He tells him that the manager wants more off you. If he wants to play at the weekend, you need to show a little bit of level of commitment in the training. So I don't need to tell you, 2 minutes later, the ball gets played up to me and I'm wearing 6 studs down my chest as he tackles me. Walter's going up electric on the sidelines, man.
That is a mismatch if I've ever seen one. Good Lord. The more that I think about it, the way that the UK plays Scotland and England is very barbaric, is very hardcore. So yeah, I can kind of see it still.
I always say he's the hardest man in football. We're playing a 5-a-side and his team's losing. He's got Pistoni in his team. So he must say something like, Pistoni, fucking, like, stop giving the ball away. And he was like, fuck you, Dunk, or something. So we're probably about 2-3 minutes of the game to go. So like, as the game's going on, Dunk's not moving. He's just following Pistoni everywhere like this.
And he's on his team?
Yeah, and Pistoni's not even taking that. He's just watching, just not taking his eyes off him. So straight after training, so I've gone in the physio room to take off some strappings. So I'm in the strappings and Pistoni coming because he was like, he's on one bed, I'm on the other bed. All of a sudden the door gets kicked open, and he's like, "You outside." Pistoni starts to cry. No, don't. He's crying. So me and Derek, I'm like booting Derek. Derek's booting me. I'm like, he's like, I just said outside now. No, don't. I'll tell you one more time. Outside now, or I'll fill you in now. Please don't. So now he's literally fleeing for his life crying. So then I'll never forget it. And Dunk says, all right, I'll give you this one, but if you ever tell me to fuck off again, I will fucking crack your fucking skull open. And he just walked out, and I was just like, that was the most scariest, menacing thing. I will crack your skull.
Imagine being on the other end of that, man.
They just don't make footballers like Big Dunk Fergie no more, you know. I know a couple of men that I played with him, and they will vouch for this story day and night. There's some people you just don't mess with in football, and he's one of them. Not me, I ain't got time for all that.
Our captain's a f***ing fraud, lads. I always say managed on a level playing field, me. And if you stepped above it, he knocked you back down to earth. If you were struggling, he'd give you the... So everybody in the dressing room...
Just all on the same level.
And would he do that with, like you said,
Yeah.
would he do that with Stuart Pearce,
Yeah,
like England captain?
England captain in the dressing room. You know, if...
Would he treat him the same, like bring him down a peg or two?
Yeah, well, perfect example. Captain of England as well, by the way. Now, he's gone away to play for England on a Tuesday, and there was kind of bits of fallout about him signing a new contract. Won't sign a new contract. Man U's after him, Newcastle, they're all after him, all big boys. He's captain of England. Forest were a sustainable club, you know, like we're always top 6, top 8, financially, probably about that as well. So wages wise, we're probably about that as well. So he's gone away, played for England, and the gaffer's not happy with him. He's not signing a new contract, not showing a nil to whatever it might be. I don't know, but in Pearce's head, all these clubs are after him or whatever. He feels as though he's served his time. He's done 10 years. It's time for him to move on. He's captain in England. So what he did, manager said to him, when can you be back for training when you've been away to play for England on Tuesday? And he's gone Thursday, 2 o'clock. Land at East Midlands in the morning, drive over, be ready to train at 2. So as we're in the dressing room, all players are in, and we used to have this towel in the middle of the dressing room with a ball on it all through the week, because we got changed in there during the week and all to go training. And this ball hardly ever moved. Like, you know, if you kicked it off, you go fined and all that. We're part of our like discipline in that dressing room. And this day, Gaffer's walked in, Cloughie's walked in with a shopping bag in his hand. There's an iron in it, right? And he walks over to the ball and he kicks ball off towel, and he puts bag down up towel and he steps back so everybody can see him.
Centre stage.
And he goes to Pearcey, how did you think you played on Tuesday for England, skipper? And Pearcey goes, yeah, I thought I f***ing done all right, yeah. Well, Cloughie's gone, well, I thought you were shit, son. Wasn't he, lads? He's gone to the dressing room. We're all going, oh, I thought he did all right, like, you know. He says, and I've seen the programme from last Saturday's game. Aston Villa at home, page 9, bottom left-hand corner. Advertisement. Stuart Pearce, electrician. What the fuck's all that about, son? He says, well, when I played non-league football for Wealdstone, I'm an electrician by trade, and we've kept the business running in the family. So I asked the fella that writes the programme, put me a little advertisement in, and I get my signed England shirt, deal for a deal and all that. Our captain's a f***ing fraud, lads. He says, what do you mean? He said, if Barbara, my wife's at home now, she calls that number because the light bulb's gone out, you're not f***ing coming, are you? He said, no. My brother is. Told you, lads, captain's a f***ing fraud. And as he's doing this, he's walking over to the bag in the middle of the dressing room with this iron in it. And he bends down and he pulls this iron out. He goes, as a matter of fact, son, Barbara's iron's f***ed. If you don't mend it, you ain't f***ing playing Saturday. And that iron was mended and on his desk before the game Saturday, did it. So that's like, you're like stepping above that line again when I'm on about. England captain, there you go, son. Knock you back down to earth. Brilliant.
He knew he was going to do that before the game then, didn't he? If he said
he obviously planned it.
What time can you get in?
Yeah.
2 o'clock Thursday, so he's known what he was going to do, regardless of how we played.
Planned, but...
Planned madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fucking planned madness, really.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the best Cloughie actors I've ever heard. He mimicked him to the T, and if you know, you know.
There's a camera on this lad's big head because he represents football. He's a charming young man. He scores a goal at White Hart Lane. He doesn't get involved with referees. To the best of my knowledge, he doesn't have a police record, and we are not hooligans. And his dad's a policeman, so be careful.
Like, I remember Cristiano. We came in one for a couple of days. Where's Cristiano? His dad had passed away. Sir Alex Ferguson gave him, I think, a few days off.
I remember
gone
this
back
story.
to Portugal. And I'm in there sitting thinking, fuck, that's a fucking liberty. As bad as it is, and I look back now and think, fuck, you've got to be a bit softer. But at the time, I'm thinking, well, we need him this weekend, by the way. We need to win this game, big game. He should be training. Well, why is he not training and we are? What's going on? We need it all together. We're in this together.
Man.
And that was how hardened kind of it was. And you're in that bubble of relentless desire to win that you don't see. You're not seeing clear enough to actually appreciate emotion sometimes.
I remember one day that my father was in hospital and I was so emotional, so very low, and I speak with him, and he said, Cristiano, doesn't matter, go there 2-3 days, and we had difficult games, and I was a key player. You can go to see your father. For me, this is the most important thing.
Football is a game, football is a job, a passion job at that. Your family comes first and your health comes first. The rest can come later. But I've always liked the relationship between Sir Alex Ferguson and Cristiano Ronaldo, that father-son. That's the kind of relationship I thrive in within football. If my coach is one of those mysterious types, doesn't talk, doesn't more tactical, I need an arm around me. I like banter, I like back and forth, there's obviously a line and there's respect and all that, but I prefer the warmer side of football and management. But that's just me. Who am I?
We always just say to him, do the business at home, Dennis, and we ain't got to worry about going away. And he'll be brilliant at home. And he'll win us a game maybe, and then we go away games, and a lot of the time we qualified. If we really had a big game that was a 2-day trip, he would go. He would leave on Wednesday.
What, he would drive?
He'd get his brother-in-law or whoever to drive him where he had to go. Newcastle away was a nightmare for him, always, because we go Newcastle, he'd go up on the coach in the morning with a kit man. We'll be training, Dennis is gone. The way home was the worst thing for Dennis because we played a game, the coach would drop us at the airport, we'd jump on the plane and Dennis would be on that coach all the way home.
On his own?
Yeah, with the kit man.
Oh my God.
So he's a film buff, he knows everything about films, that's all he did.
Because he just sat and watched films on it?
And he used to phone me up and I'd be in my front room watching telly and they'd go, Ray, where's Doncaster? I'd say, the long way you did, he's got 3 hours.
If you're scared of flying, you're scared of flying. I don't know what to tell you, but what do you do for international games in different countries? You gotta make that drive? Yes, no wonder Bergkamp didn't run that much. His legs are sore from sitting in the car for so damn long. Not me, you gotta sedate me. Give me some pills, knock me out. I'll be on that plane flying. There's absolutely no way I'm making that kind of drive before a game and after a game. Nah. Alright, people, gonna wrap it up there. If you've enjoyed the video, give me a like, comment and a share, and I'll be sure to do a part 2 if the numbers make sense. Stay focused, stay blessed. Look more.